Okay.
And this is the horse that needs to be exposed to a lot to get over this.
Yes, she does.
And if there's no sound to
So
hear.
what I'm going to do is when I'm getting ready to go in, I'm going to watch for all her expressions and read it and try to be appropriate for her because she knows the camera's over there. She's a little spooked by it. She doesn't know me, and when I put my hand in here a little bit ago, she kind of got a little jumpy. So she just lacks a lot of confidence. So she's looking at that, so she's more concerned right now about the camera than she is me. I know. I know.
The voice is coming from there, and you're over there. Yeah, the noise is coming from there. Yeah.
So I'm just going to shut that off for a minute.
Yeah.
The sound. Hi, Carol. Hi. As she comes towards me, see, I walk away, letting her know that I'm not a threat. She leaves me, I head towards her hind end, but I always stay out of the kick zone. She's got an ear on me. She's paying attention to me. She's reassessing. Now she's thinking back to the camera again because she's looking over there, and she's a little snorty about it. Hi. So I don't ever want her to feel like I'm doing something to her. I want her to feel like I'm doing stuff for her. Hi. See how I just gave her time? I let her make the decision to come to me and smell me. And as I'm doing this, see how my body's not directly on her? I have it pointed away so that I'm not acting like a threat at all. So she's starting to calm down, she's licking, she's relaxing. If I walk up to her immediately, she might leave. I'm giving her a minute because what I want her to do is I want her emotions to come back down to neutral. So I'm looking for relaxation. If I go too fast, she's going to say,
I'm done.
I'm done, yeah, I'm leaving. And I don't want her to feel that way. So right now, our instinct would be to go towards her. So what I'm going to do is the opposite, and I'm going to take a step away from her and see if that just helps her. And I'm just going to wait here a minute and let her relax. Now she does a nice sigh. That helped her that I took a couple steps away from her. So I don't want to approach straight at her. That's not going to help her confidence. I'm going to come back here towards her shoulder, and I'm just going to wait a minute. I'm going to see what she has to say. She's not blinking a lot. There, she's starting to blink now. When they quit blinking, they're kind of getting frozen up in their brain. Okay, so I watch, what are the ears doing? What are the eyes doing? What are the nostrils doing? What's the head position? I look at everything. So she's not blinking much right now. So I'm not going to approach her when she's not blinking because she's going to leave me. Now she's softening up a little bit. So when I see her start to soften,
I never even paid attention to the blinking before.
yes. So when she only lowered her head a fraction, but when she did, I took a step back as a reward. So I want her to soften up to me, and I don't want her seeing me as a threat. See, she dropped her head a little bit more. Now she's getting curious and wanting to go check out the camera. See her nostrils kind of flutter a little bit? She goes, I don't know about that. Because Mother Nature tells them anything that's unfamiliar,
Yeah, be scared of it.
be scared of it. And especially when they're unconfident horses by nature. I mean, then that's just amplified.
Is that how they, I mean, just like with people, that's how they come out?
Well,
or is it something that,
there's some horses that come out and they're very curious
yeah.
and confident. And they want to explore everything. And there's other horses that come out and go, all right, and a lot of it has to do too with their dam. I mean, if their dam is very spooky, they're going to go, okay, Mom says
Right,
that this
I can
isn't
see
good.
that.
But if Mom is more relaxed, but still they have an innate personality.
Right.
And innately, they're more either confident or unconfident by nature. I know.
She's getting braver now.
But see how she's a little bit jumpy, like she just, her hind end just kind of jumped a little bit? But I like that she's being curious now. So she's trying to be brave because the opposite of fear is curiosity. So I want her to be curious. Hi. See, as she comes towards me, I start taking steps away. And that helps her to relax and realize that I'm not a threat. So I'm going to take when I do go towards her, I'm going to take a step towards her shoulder, not her head. And I'm going to go at an angle because I don't want to put my body directly on her, and I don't want to feel like pressure. Now, if her head starts to come up, she stops blinking, she starts getting worried, I'm going to stop. Because I want permission. She put an ear towards me, that was good. But her nostrils also flared. So I'm going to pause. If I do all this stuff right at the beginning, every day will get better and better. And her confidence will come up and her fear level will go down. But she has to be able to trust. Good girl. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to see what she has to say. Good girl. She came towards me a step, so I backed up a step. So I'm helping her to gain confidence right here. So like we talked about the other day when we were over Gina's, it's like we just got to slow everything down at the beginning.
Right.
Especially at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then depending on what's going on, you know, I can reassess and readjust as time goes on.
Yeah, because if you use the basis of trust, then
Right.
you're not going anywhere. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, she might respond, but it's going to be out of fear or distrust or anxiety. And I don't want her responding with those kind of emotions.
Right.
I'm going to take a step over this way and see what she has to say. What a good girl.
Just like, oh, this is kind of warm now. Or whatever.
Licking her lips.
Yeah, and it was a nice eye.
Good girl. Good girl. I'm going to take a step towards her shoulder and see what she has. I'm just going to put my hand out, and I'm not facing my body towards her. What a good girl. Can I? Oh. And retreat for a second. Let her think about that. She's trying to assess whether she can trust me or not. Good girl.
Is it because you're a new person?
Well, I don't know who she is. This is the first time I've met her. So I don't know how she is when you guys
Oh,
come in.
she's in our pocket.
Okay.
I mean,
So
literally
yes, and
in
that
our
means because
pocket.
I'm a new person. So she goes, I don't know about you. So I have horses that I work with that they only trust the owner or, you know, a couple people. And at the beginning. And now that those horses are going up to everybody.
Right.
But, you know, it takes some trust. I'm going to put my hand over here and see what she has to say about that.
That's suppose what you want, but they don't want everybody. Because everybody might have to
Good girl.
handle that, right?
I'm not going to see how she's not, her head came up. I paused. There, her head came back up. Good girl. So I wait for permission. When her head goes up, I stop.
Right.
Because she's saying, I'm having a problem. If I don't listen to her side of the conversation, we've got nothing. And we're not going to gain trust, respect, anything. Good girl. So I'm going to let one of you take her down there, and I'm going to set up my camera. Reset it up. Good
The spooky
girl.
camera.
So every time I go to get my horse, eventually what I want to happen is I want the horse to catch me. I want to come in, the horse is like, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what mine are, the rest of them are like when I put them in the pasture.
Yes. So she's just a different personality than your other horses.
She's very,
She's
I think that's why I have that apprehension with her, because she's very different
Yes.
to any of the others.
And for a lot of people, these are the hardest horses to work with because you have to go so slow. They're unconfident by nature, and it takes longer to teach them than it does the other horses. But on the other side of that, they can come out being your best partner because they're like, after a while, they're like, I got your back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they'll bond real strong, and they'll do, you know, just they got a huge heart.
Yeah.
And all we got to do is add that heart with some desire, and they'll start, you know, they become super horses. These are the perfect horses for like dressage.
See, I would love to. I find it hard to bond with her. I give her love. I will always give her love. But I found it hard to bond with her and move forward with that because she is so different.
Well, I'm going to help you with that.
Yeah, that's what I had to